some dudes aren't out here to set you up, man.
I know that.
Some guys are just doing their job.
It's just people.
So
I get it.
That guy got super upset. His friends were like, "Why is he in handcuffs?" And like, "Why isn't he in cuffs?" I didn't feel the need personally to handcuff you while I dealt with you. She handcuffed
I appreciate
him
that.
while she has the right to handcuff him while he's being detained while she searches him.
No, I thought you did a great job of assessing the situation on the fly. Well, it looked like I was about to get maced.
But vice versa, I could have handcuffed you and searched you, and she could have not handcuffed you.
Yeah, you guys could have shot me.
We have the right to detain you to investigate the crime. Like that's what we have the right to do. Right?
Because I was standing over there and I heard it and I saw that other guy starting to run at him, and we all stopped to look. And the only reason I'm staying is because I want to make sure Kathy's okay to get to her car.
Yeah, and
that's the only reason I'm staying.
And this is the thing, I have no dog in this fight whatsoever, right?
Right.
Like, the only reason I'm here
We're not going to be done fighting for the children, so we will come back.
Yeah, and you have every right to do so, and that goes to my next point, right? The only reason we're here is because there's an obligation for us to allow everybody to speak their piece, right? Whether I agree, disagree, or I'm neutral on a point, it's not my choice to decide who gets to talk their point.
That's what makes us a beautiful country. That's why it's America. That's what everybody wants to come here.
But what does that lead to, right? A little bit of a rise in emotion. People are dug in. People feel very strongly about the things that they believe in.
We're having a warm civil war with these Antifa and BLM allowed to tear down statues and burn down things.
Right. But you got to make this a little bit smaller, right? Right here, right now, it's not about statues. It's not about.
Not yet. Like we're not trying to let that happen. Not going to let it happen.
And then probably 7 minutes, 8 minutes, I would say that we've been at right now. Best guess. That's about what looks like to be a street fight, right? That's all. So like
it was gonna. He was gonna get messed up if he touched me. That's for sure.
Right.
He was gonna get trounced.
Showed up, right?
With the pepper spray was not gonna help him. Just saying. I mean, it is what it is.
What I'm asking you is if you have contacts in the future.
Sure.
It will benefit you
to report them
and to stay as calm as possible.
I have hyper aggression from head trauma, and it's difficult.
And I understand. And if that's a battle that you fight and you understand that, then understand that, and then deal your coping mechanisms to make yourself more efficient when you do try to prove your point.
I know the only real one that works is to like walk away, but
right. But here's the thing, right?
And
if you walk away, right, and you said that you've dealt with them before. Let's say you didn't get the license.
I do walk away usually. Right. I back. I don't. I let them make themselves look like idiots.
Let's say you didn't get the license plate today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would they probably been here next month? Probably. Right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, they've been showing up to my events.
Where it could be misconstrued that you're attacking or threatening somebody, and that puts you in a negative point. Be a little bit smarter, a little bit calmer, and sometimes that might help you, right? Mm-hmm. Where when we go to get out of the car, like you were fine, like you've done this before, that's okay. You know what I mean? That's why it's important, dude, to like just take a step back sometimes. And
I know. I try. I do the best that I can with what I'm working with. Like, just because I'm not in a wheelchair doesn't mean that I can stand up, so to speak. If you feel me?
You know what I mean?
I'm doing the best I can.
But these are all really good pieces of information that we don't have in our heads that you have in yours.
Right.
You've got to step out and you got to look at how it looks from the outside. Me and her are sitting there like, okay, the parking lot's almost done. I should have brought a water. I didn't. I'm thirsty. I want to go stop at the store before the rest of the shift. That's it.
Pardon me, sir.
Right?
She and I.
What's that? Oh, she and I.
Pardon me, sir.
Fair enough. Good correction. So then we see what's about to be fighting. I'm like, right? So we interject. That's all. Someone's like, hey.
Yeah, it was not my intent whatsoever. He knows that. I'm a non-violent. Right. I'm not going to do nothing unless somebody touches me.
Right. But again, you know what's in your head. We don't.
Right.
Right? All I get to see is a snapshot, and then you have to make a decision, right? That is what it is, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is little things like
this is going to escalate, right? So it's good for you guys to know what's happening,
right?
About this.
Quite literally my job. So like the other point of it, right, is I'm going to have to ask you your last name again because I don't remember.
Staples like the store.
Staples.
Staples like the store. Frank Negus Staples. Negus.
One last name. Greek name.
It's Irish in English.
Okay. You remember that?
I know. What is it? Frank, what?
Negus.
You got me now.
Just think of it as stitches, staples.
Negus. Yeah. My mom dated a Nashua cop, almost got married. Just saying. You know Paul Wessinger? Yeah, he's retired.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Right. So here's the thing, right? When you deal with somebody like, hey, do you have an ID on you? Like at the end of the day.
It's fine. You can shut it off.
I don't know how.
Sorry.
At the end of the day, right?
Thanks.
Is that an unreasonable request or an invasive request? I'd make the argument it's not. And if
well,
you choose
yeah, I hear it wasn't.
It was,
but I don't have to.
Right. It was not unreasonable, right?
I don't think it was, given the circumstances, but I didn't have to. Is what I'm saying.
But
And I have the right to privacy.
Right.
I have the right to be, you can run the plate even though you won't come back to me.
Right. And again, here's the thing. I'm sure it could be figured out, right?
Yeah, they know. Everybody knows who I am.
This is the thing that's unfortunate.
I mean, you guys don't have body cams? What's going on?
They're expensive. They're coming.
They're coming. Yeah.
Some of you guys do. They're
just honestly, they went through the city.
The mayor's trying to change their commission.
It's like $1.something million or something.
Yeah.
They probably want to turn him into the Praetorian Guard, like this Capitol Police, an auxiliary of Capitol Police unit.
Here's the thing, right? Start to weigh your options, right? So like if a guy asks you to ID yourself, right, because there's a disturbance, I do have the right to ask you for ID.
You have a right to ask, and I have the right to refuse.
Right. And should I feel you committed an arrestable offense?
And you could.
I can arrest you without
could stop.
ID.
Sure.
Right.
And then deal with it afterwards. If you think I did something, and I was betting the farm on, I didn't do anything to be arrested. So.
Right. But and then like you talked about, I hadn't talked to him, right?
Sure.
So say there's an exchange of words.
He could have lied and said something or something.
There's an exchange of words, like as he was coming up behind me, he was like some type of a threat of assault or whatever, or a gesture that we couldn't see, right?
Right.
That's a heavy bit of a form for no reason. When all you have to do is be like, this is my name, I don't have an ID on you. I'll call me in the system, right?
You know what?
And then what you do, you take the whole interaction from here and you diffuse it to way down here like this, right? Rather than trying to run the whole thing super hot for no reason, pick and choose your battles, man. Like
I did.
You know what I mean?
That was one of them.
And then you put down here.
Just like what I said inside and showing up here. Hey.
But you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
You know what started
Thank
all
you.
this?
Yep.
We've been coming every month. Most people are local parents. Trying all elementary schools in Nashua, I grew up here, all middle schools are not air conditioned. Just high schools. This is new.
Yeah.
The other one's new.
Nice school.
Once it turned 93 degrees, poor kids, honestly,
Wet masks.
1 in a million risk of dying from COVID are in the school bus in it, at recess in it, all day in their classrooms in it, separated anyway. We came the first month and we weren't able to get the vote changed. Paula's with us. We came back the next month and they did drop that for recess and for summer school only.
Recess and in the.
So we're not done coming here. And it's all based on completely different. You got two groups. Kids that are immune from this, let them breathe, let them get back to school and learning well instead of at their homes. The other side, it's divided and it's not going away. We don't know what's going to happen.
And again, this is the thing, like I told him, right?
September.
You can't solve it out here, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Facebook,
and I'm not,
the snickering.
Right. You know what I mean? And like we stand there and like we
each other.
try to stay as impartial as humanly possible, right? At the end of the day, we're human, so like.
But science difference of thinking.
Right. But where we stand, right? We stand on the sidewalk, right? And what do we say? Like, hey, can you guys just stay on either side of the sidewalk, right?
Right.
Coming in and out. Like, I don't particularly care what anyone's point of view is, because you have the right to say whatever your point of view is, right?
Right.
Our only job is to make sure people don't fight and let people come in and go to the meeting, be allowed to speak their piece, be allowed to go to the public hearing, and not be overly destructive or disorderly, right? Like that's really it. Like it's not a super complex assignment.
Right.
So like at the end of the day, like I would encourage you to focus your energy inside, not in the parking lot. You see what I'm saying, right? Like,
and we're trying to work with you guys. Like, I'm not trying to have problems with these people, death threats, showing up to my house, showing up to my events and all that. You know, a mask. He's masked somehow. He knows who I am, but I don't. He won't tell me who he is.
The two young girl Republican candidates are getting 10 death threats a day, which they forward to the police.
Yeah,
from Black Lives Matter.
So, like, a death threat is absolutely a crime, right?
Every day,
so
all day, on
that's
their
a
phone,
crime,
on their phones,
right?
by anonymous.
But you know what? Here's the thing. You know, I've gotten threatened by. I've been to the police already because Sonia Prince put out on Facebook that I was a domestic terrorist. I mean, you know, that's not good.
She's a serious threat. Look at her.
Yeah.
So, like,
and you know, I came to the police and I got threatened and let up.
She's
You know what?
alderman and school board.
Yep, and like, here's the thing, right? Yeah.
We're the terrorists, right?
So, like, here's the thing, right? Is you live in a country where you all have the ability to say what you want, to do, right? So,
Kinda. I mean.
Right, but like that's a double-edged sword, right? Like, thankfully, we're all allowed to.
You're right.
We're all allowed to have our opinion, right? Because
Not really, because the media is only covering one side. So there is all that cancel culture and all that.
That's a separate
And they wouldn't let me say what I want in there. And I can say whatever I want during my 15 minutes. They can't challenge.
No,
You know what I mean?
You don't get 15 minutes.
They said 15 minutes.
No.
Oh, 3. I thought I heard 15. I was like, that's a long time. I don't know if I can do that.
Let me tell you what you did wrong.
I spoke at the wrong set.
But
If you guys are good with us,
Yeah, we're good.
We're gonna get out of here.
Awesome. Yeah, have a good night. Go get some water. I know you're thirsty. I didn't have another extra bottle.
If you guys
Sorry.
want your cars, we'll hang out a minute. You know what I
Because
mean?
we
If that's what you
live
guys
close
want.
to each other.
Did you
I
see the
know.
machine gun shoot I did the other day? I'm not worried about it.
No, I didn't go to that. I didn't go to that machine
All right.
gun
If
shooting.
you guys are jumping in your cars, we'll hang out for a minute. Otherwise, we're gonna push downtown and finish
I'm
our
gonna
shift.
go home. I'm
All right.
happy to walk
Yeah, we're good to go.
home.
I don't think that it's just our 3 cars.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Have a good night. I'll be in touch about that TRO and everything.
Like I said,
Thank you for writing that down for me as well.